Welcome back to the lab. This Z32 300 ZX, they're never easy. You'll see we did the exhaust system on it, modified the exhaust to make it actually fit the car, and now I'm going to actually chop that up even more. We're going to take the rear mufflers off and change those for a different style, slightly different style, and we're going to change the tips. But there's some cooler things to look at than just a boring exhaust system. This was getting pretty serious. We were really close to chop, and then I found out how much this bumper cost, and I said, mate, let's not. Those wheels are nice too. So over here we've got some boxes. Everyone loves boxes. Yep, there they are. There's another one there. Cool. Let's get on with what we were doing. Oh, what, you want to see what's in the boxes too? Come on, now I have to walk all the way. Start with this one. This is really exciting, this one. We've got a muffler. These are actually stupidly cheap. Really well priced for what they are. Like, yeah, you can get better quality and all that, but this is going to do the job that we need it to do. And more importantly, it is going to fit the car. They're not polished, but you've seen I've got an attachment for my angle grinder that I can stick in here. See, this just gets messy all the time. And I can polish these up easy enough, and I think I'll probably do that before doing any more welding and stuff. I'll just make sure they're going to fit the car. Hang on, I'll turn these flashy lights off. That's much better. If a little bit darker. I'll make sure they're going to fit the car, and then we'll just get on. I'll polish them up, and then we'll get on with fitting tips. Now, we're doing these because the other ones were twin tip, and we need a single tip, and you've already seen it. This is not as big as it could be. We could be a 4-inch diameter tip. One-handedly, amazing. This is, I believe, a 3.5-inch tip with a 3-inch hole in the middle of it. This is 2.5 at this end, so we're just going to have to chop that off. It goes like that, you see? And that is going to fit. Everyone's getting impatient. You want to see the big thing that I want to show you in this video. See, I had this all marked out. I was going to chop this multi-$1,000 bumper up, but we're not now. I'm going to be real careful so I don't drop this tip. That is going to be perfect. It's got room to move, so it's not going to hit it and it's not going to melt it. That's going to be awesome. Okay. Let's go back. Rightio, let's look at what's in here. Ooh, it's an expensive looking box, isn't it? That's quite a big thing there. I wonder what one that is. What do we got? Ethanol content sensor. I've already opened that and had a look, actually, if I'm perfectly honest, just checking on a couple of things. So just in case he wants to run, that's why that's open like that. E85 or E10 from the likes of Gull, then we can tune the thing that's in there to suit. Well, I tuned the thing that's in here to run that thing that's in there to suit. We've got an accessory. What do we got? We have got a can gauge. These things are cool. So your little screen that you see there in front of you, you can have one thing on there or two things on there. Values. One value on there or two values or three values, not sure. Definitely 4. And it'll bring up warnings, predetermined warnings. You can say if the oil pressure drops, give me a flashing light and all that sort of carrot stuff and things. You guys can look at the details and get it all exactly right instead of me babbling and getting it wrong. Link Razor PDM. Now, why do we need one of these? The 300 ZX has got most of the stuff and things that it needs to run it. Under here, normally living right there where I'm pointing the screen. In this particular car, it's living just down here underneath the headlight and that. Chassis has got enough to run most things that we're doing. However, the chassis is 1 billion years old. Somewhere in the boot is the tabloids that Noah came down, was it Noah, from the top of the mountain or what? Biblical jokes and stuff and things, but they're pretty old chassis, and they, despite the brand new harnesses in here, they will have problems with electrical stuff and things. So to avoid that being a big problem for the ECU, etc., we're doing all the power supplies for fuel pumps, the ECU, the whole shooting match is all coming from this, directly from the battery, so that the chassis EFI relay may decide it doesn't want to work anymore. This will keep going. So you might lose things like this doesn't have air conditioning, but your heater fan or something like that might stop, or your indicators might stop working because your ignition power and the rest of the chassis might be dead. We're not going to lose power for the motor. We're not going to have a situation where he might be doing a track day and halfway around a corner and the engine stops. This is very reliable power supply. We've got some Link plugs. Plug A, plug B. These are for plugging into the ECU to make the ECU work. Plug E. Interesting. Why have we got plug E? We got a map sensor. We've gone 4 bar. Now that's going to be enough for what we're doing with this particular car. We've got some non-Link stuff and things. Actually, that is a Link air temp sensor there, but not in its proper container. We've got some pressure sensors that are an alternative brand, just because we've got pressure and temp going on here. And of course, we've got the big thing that you want to see. It's the wrong side of the box. It's upside down. A Voodoo Pro. So this is what we've got in the March. The new G5. This is a brand new ECU released last week. Might be the week before now. Seeing as what are we, Tuesday? We sold one basically the same day they were released anyway. Well, there you go. It's beautiful, isn't it? Same as what's in the March, except the one that's in the March was pre-production, so I didn't get the nice rubber cap to blank my GPS antenna, which we're using anyway. I didn't get the nice rubber cap to blank my Wi-Fi antenna, which I'm using anyway. I didn't get the nice rubber cap for the USB-C port for the tuning cable. Yeah, it's going to be a problem on the March, and we haven't got this rubber cap on this one here, on this plug. That's got a special name, that plug, and I can't remember what it is. Not going to open this up with one hand because that's difficult to do. Kelvin's already been in there. I think he might have. We won't shoot him over that. It is just a box. I'll swap that for my one that's not damaged, and the customer will be happy. Inside here, it's a startup user manual. There's a, is it in the same thing? There's a pin out thing, tells you what wires are in what pins on the plugs. There's a massive fold out chart. Hang on, I'll show you. I will open it. I'll put our precious thing back down there in the box so it can't fall. Updated new stickers, colour stickers. These are pretty awesome. They're better than the, in my opinion, better than the original ones, which were black and silver, which they're a cool sticker, but these are better again. Hang on, I'll show you the black and silver one. There, see, those are pretty cool, quite appropriate for on the sunlight, or for on the back of the March there. It's a good spot for it, eh? So yeah, got coloured ones. They're actually a bit like the ones that are on the front of the March. I'm not walking back there, don't worry. And then there's these, I think these are clear. Yeah, they're clear with the Link logo in white, which is pretty awesome. Both in the same direction. When you get these custom made, you can actually get them made in the opposite direction, if you know what I mean. So the little man is facing the right way for the right side of the car. These ones would go on the right side of the car. It goes this way. You can get them made the other way so that when it's on the left hand side of the car, it's going forward. Do you like all this babble? Register your ECU. There's a card in here telling you to do stuff and things with that, so you follow that. This is your startup guide, quick start guide that I told you it was in here. I'll try not to crinkle the pages or anything. The pinouts are in there. This is header E, A and B are over the page here. Same as Extreme G4X, except for ignition switch was an 8-volt wire on the 8-volt output on the G4X Extreme. There's also can high and can low disappear. They are no longer here on these plugs, and they go onto plug E there. So that's the difference in wiring. Everything else is the same. Obviously there's an extra plug, but for the other two plugs, that's the difference. And there's this big monster. Now this is a new one for me. I've not seen these before. I don't know if the Thunder had a big one like this, because the Thunder had 4 plugs on it. So this is very good. Nice handy chart to write down what everything is doing. I'm assuming that's probably available, I haven't checked, could be wrong, available via the Link stuff and things, the help file. You'll probably be able to print that out in that size. Oh, I guess. Oh, I might be wrong. They might change that and make it available if it isn't at the moment. Who knows? So that's everything that's in there. Now we just got to get on with putting it in there. It's not going to happen this video. And fix the exhaust. That's the next thing to fix, so that we get rid of boxes sitting around and tidy up everything underneath the car. It's leaning against there. Some tube to do fuel system front to back. I'll get all that all tidied up. I want to get everything underneath the car all done as far as practical right now. So then we're just dealing with wiring, at which point the car goes on the ground, so I can either take the door off or have it open and not have the hoist in the way while I'm trying to do wiring. Clever, eh?